All right, what else you
All
got?
right, so let's move on to Pennsylvania. Cannabis workers are organizing a PA dispensary strike. So apparently the United Food and Commercial Workers, the UFCW International Union, represents workers in legal cannabis industry. So we're talking about dispensary staff, cultivation workers, processing workers, and testing lab employees, all these folks.
Okay.
And the UFCW states the cannabis workers face unique workplace challenges, obviously, such as a lack of federal protections, irregular scheduling, low wages, and a lack of benefits compared to other agricultural and retail jobs. So, the union's organizing in multiple states to secure collective bargaining rights, higher wages, safer conditions, and benefits for cannabis workers. Sounds like good stuff, right? I'm not saying a negative yet.
Well, you know what? So my comment, just so far, I know there's more things to it. It's so the employees are not wrong, right? Try to get some fair wages and everything.
No, they're
like that.
not wrong.
But the strain is going to be on the dispensary who's already struggling.
Yeah,
that's correct.
And then when you got the state, so my recommendation for resolve is for the states and the town says, well, whoever's taxing, to ease some of that and let some of that go to the workers.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And then perhaps you don't even need, your need for the union itself maybe won't be there. I think you'll find that these people in our industry are very generous people. They're not, I wouldn't say that, when you meet the people from the industry, and I'm not talking about the big money people, when you talk about the people from the industry, these are good fucking people, man.
The dispensary owners and
these are honest. A lot of these are good, honest fucking people that are trying to make it. And so Todd brings up a good point, man, because you can't pay people. I mean, these are businesses that often can't even take expenses. So your payroll expense, before you pay taxes in any other business, you can take that, you can deduct that. And then you pay taxes on what you actually make. But not in this fucking world, not in the cannabis world. They want the taxes on the sales. They want the taxes on the top line revenue. So it doesn't matter what your expenses are. So there's no easing of that.
Right.
No easing of that, while at the same time they're trying to do their best for their workers. I'm not saying that everybody is like that, but I'm just saying, like, in general.
It's a fledgling industry too. I mean, I think unions are a great thing and they can be very helpful, but I hope that they don't put too tight of a squeeze on the business owners yet, right?
Well, it's going to be a major pushback because they probably just won't be able to afford what they're asking. It's going to have to come from another level, another source.
Yeah.
They ain't cut in at 1% for the workers.
Cannabis crisis, bills in the crisis. Do we have any story on this? All right, let's go ahead and play it.
Contract holds the employer accountable for a lot of things.
The number one thing, right when we unionized, my paycheck went up about $3 instantly.
Since the union agreement went into action, we've all seen proper compensation versus before union agreement.
We have great insurance. It's going to be health, dental, vision.
We get really amazing health coverage, which is a super big deal. Ever since we've unionized, life's become, just a little bit easier for sure.
Job security, making sure that, one day if the manager doesn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you're not getting fired for that day for no reason.
Knowing that there has to be a very good reason I have to assuredly not be doing my job for me to not have a job anymore is the biggest peace of mind that I have ever had in it.
If you've ever experienced a situation where you feel outnumbered and unheard, then a union is the way to go.
Knowing that if something were to happen, that it's not just going to be hearsay. It's not going to be my word against, management's word. It's going to be, I have those rights to have a representative in the room.
When anything goes wrong, you can reach out to your union rep and they will hold everyone accountable if something happened to you that wasn't just.
Unionize, unionize, unionize. Us workers have all of the power and we need to take some of that back.
Local 338, so, that's it.
You're not selling it when you're saying, hey, now I can fuck off and not do my job and still can't get fired.
Yeah,
all the good that you're hoping to get, you just threw it right out the window.
I mean, you're Well,
Yeah.
listen, you get what you get, and you don't get upset, as they say.
Yeah, apparently they're doing a lot of advertising here. We have like 3 of those very, well-made little clips.
Oh, man, let's see more. Why would we
Oh,
stop?
you got more of them?
Why
Okay.
the hell would we stop here?
Oh, okay.
That's a wrap.
You're a little fish in a big pond and then got all these big fishies coming for you. What you gotta do? You gotta start getting other fishies together and then it gets better. The cannabis industry, we all know it's a booming industry. Our facility brings in thousands and millions of dollars and they're not ashamed of telling us how much money they bring in. It felt like it was becoming less out of the
This is
hands of the
shit.
employee and more into the hands of the company itself.
Right now I think that the people is what really makes the job fun.
To secure our futures and to prepare our longevities, we decided to unionize to make sure if you're gonna prosper, we're gonna prosper just alongside with you.
Wonder what that says on our shirt.
When we
Could
first
translate
started,
that?
it was a lot of backdoor conversations happening in the building, so behind a lot of closed doors, our managers couldn't
I think
hear
it
us,
says
a lot
I
of
eat a
secret
lot.
conversations outside of work.
I remember when we first took one of the union pictures, we kind of all like snuck into one room while all the managers were in a meeting. We snapped a picture and like we all kind of just like scattered.
We ended up forming our
fuck is
union
he
in
talking
December. We
about?
got really serious about
They had
it.
to get sneaky
It was
about setting up
definitely
the
like
union.
scary. Am I gonna lose my job because, I'm talking union business?
But then when you have this nice advice coming from you from somebody who's actually done it before, who's been in the process, it makes it a little bit less scary because it's like, okay, it's not that bad. Okay, it's going good. And then it's just nothing but up from there.
Instead of being scared, now I feel hopeful. Once you see everybody really sticking together, that's really what makes you feel comfortable. Knowing that like I was protected from the union and that my pay was gonna go up was like a really fantastic thing.
It's nice to know that they can't just tell you that your job is done, you can go, bye, see
Pause.
you later.
I'd definitely say
Why they keep saying that you can fuck, like the big recurring theme is, it's nice to know that I don't really have to do my job all that fucking great, and I'll
I
still
don't-
keep
I
it.
don't think they're saying this. They're saying they have protections.
Right.
But,
But-
nobody could just fire you for nothing. So.
But like
So
when I
that's the
worked in
number
the
one.
corporate
I mean, a
world,
lot of it depends on what industry, what type of job you are. It's a lot of abuse goes on there.
in this state that we're in right now, if your employer decides that I don't want to employ you anymore, they can just walk in and tell you today's
Yeah,
your last
it's
day.
Employment at will.
Yeah.
Right. But unless you're unionized. So I guess people are excited for that.
Okay, well, it's wonderful. Is there anything else that's positive here that we should talk about, Jeff, in there?
I'm not gonna lie. The first eureka moment was when they first called me back and told me I could go for the job interview. And then starting the job, I found out it was union.
I have worked with employers that obviously had unions, but
Philly or
to have a cannabis union
To have a union job be a dispensary job is crazy.
literally
she
just
in
blows
PA?
my mind. I could not believe.
My name is Justin Brown. I am a bud tender at Air Wellness Dispensary. A little bit of what I do, I kind of just help people pick out their meds. Working here has opened my eyes to actually see the good potential, the benefits that come to actually helping people.
I have been in healthcare for over 20 years. The more I learn as far as the medical side, to actually know and see that it heals people, definitely changed my perspective on cannabis, period.
People wouldn't think that this would become a career that you can make an actual, a life off of. In this place, I've seen so many people move up. I've seen quickness and move up. I've seen growth. I've seen potential.
We always want to make sure that there's opportunity to grow. The longer you work here, you're not going to be doing the same thing over and over again. We're going to try to get you doing something new. You want to transfer to another department? We can do that for you. You want to get some more education on growing? We'll try to get more contact with other growers out of state. We have the opportunity to not only make a career out of something we love, but something that we want to share with the world. That was the first thing that kind of grasped me with UFCW. They make you feel like we're honest workers too. I started here at $11 an hour. It's now at $17.80. That's for the regular bud tender. We want to get that up to $20. We want to make sure that the leads working here, as myself, I am a shift lead. I'm getting paid $22 an hour. We want to get that higher. We want to make sure that we get that up to the 30s. The time and effort and sweat we put into these buildings, we want to make sure that it's paid for.
If you have the union behind you, then it's endless possibility.
Okay.
What do you think?
That guy's getting paid more than I am. Hey, Todd, can we start a union here?
Yes.
Yeah, I
You're
think we
getting
should.
paid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Everybody fighting for their rights. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But how to get this going and actually pass through, or if it will, it's a lot of parts to it.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean they don't like the workers.
Right.
The money just might not be there.
Right.
Exactly. Or in order to get the money, the price of weed might go up.
Exactly.
And if that happens, then it may force people back into the black market.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see. It'll all play out.
good for the unions.
We'll see it.
What else?
So we've got another story
Oh,
out
and,
of
and part
Pennsylvania.
of and part of that I was just going to say Pennsylvania has 2 dispensaries on strike, so
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
not all peaches and cream, I guess.
Pennsylvania medical cannabis dispensary workers go on strike.
There you
At
go.
least one medical cannabis dispensary in Pennsylvania, the Zenith Group dispensaries, saw their workers go on strike, citing labor and workplace issues.
So what do you think about that? Where's that located?
It does not say, I don't think, here. I didn't see it in here. No, it's in Pennsylvania. I know that. But
So a Pennsylvania dispensary is on strike right now.
They want to get workers. Strike is tied to efforts by cannabis workers to, one, get union representation, again, go back to the union, improve work conditions, and negotiate labor contracts rather than remain at-will employees.
So they went on strike as non-union workers, is what you just said, I think.
Yeah. They're on strike
In their
because they want to
in
be
an
unions.
effort to get to be picked up into the union.
Exactly, yeah. At least that's part of it, right? Get union representation, improve work conditions, negotiate labor contracts so that they will not be at-will employees.
So what would you do? You're struggling. You're trying to run a business.
Right.
Your non-unionized staff just walk the fuck out.
Right.
All of them. They say they're on strike. It's their own strike. It's not even a technical union strike. It's a strike so
an
they can
employee strike, yeah.
they can become unionized.
Right.
Right.
What would you do as the owner? Do you try to work with the union and them and try to get something put together, or do you just start hiring people to run your business?
It's a difficult, it's a complex situation.
Yep.
I think you always want to listen to your employees.
Right.
As to why this is all happening.
Right. You listen to their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And then take that in, find out what can be done, or if it can be, or if it can't be done, and then you got to proceed from there. Because and just,
Good
take it
faith
one step at a time and
negotiation.
just common sense and try to see what happens.
Yeah.
But each day you're not open.
Well, I mean, so in the meantime, with that, if I'm going to negotiate with them, they're going to have good faith and be working with. We're working towards
Right.
and moving towards a certain way, then I would want their commitment to work there. But if not, then you just might have to get some more employees.
Sadly, yeah. Well, and the margins on these dispensaries, I mean, they must be very tight, right? We heard about the story a couple of weeks ago. Ice-T had a dispensary in North Jersey
Right.
that went belly up, right?
Listen, I think that the margins are relatively tight, and I think that the regulations and taxes are unbelievably high.
That's
Right.
the killer
So
part.
that's the killer part. I think, and then listen, in any business, there's nothing more important than your people. There's nothing more important than in any business than your people. Your customers aren't more important than your people. Nothing is. You aren't more important than your people. So in an organization like that, I don't know, man. You would.
It's a tough situation.
You would think
It's a
that
tough situation.
you would think that you would see this coming. You would hope that you would have saw this coming beforehand. Like
Exactly,
If the
yeah.
writing's on the wall and you could prevent the walkout, I think you want to prevent the walkout.
Right.
But once you're in a walkout situation, like I don't know how that's going to resolve itself really, really quickly. So that means you're closed, and that's probably not very
Now
good.
you're not making any
Now
money.
you're not making anything.
Right.
So it is a tough situation. Clearly, they didn't see it coming, or they didn't pay attention to it ahead of time. I don't know anything about these people. I know nothing about this situation or this story. So anything I'm saying is simply just a fucking guess. But my guess is that they didn't pay attention to what was going on. It got bad. They left, and now You
Yeah,
know,
see what happens.
you could easily say, well, go ahead and hire some more people and keep running it. But if you weren't doing the right things as a business owner to begin with, what's to say that whoever else you hire is not going to have a fucking problem
I'll
with
say
you?
this, you know, throughout my career, you know, management, listen, you can fool yourself and be that hard ass and inconsiderate and just look at the bottom line all the time.
Yeah.
And your people will forsake you.
Right.
So you're never going to get the maximum production and or respect from your employees.
Exactly.
If you're not treating them right.
And you'll have
you're
churn.
fooling yourself.
You'll have an open door, people coming in and walking back out again.
Yeah.
Workers are seeking better pay, benefits, and protections. And they are working with the UFCW. So hopefully the UFCW isn't the one who said, let's have a big old strike, because, I don't know, that creates a lot of contention. But they're working with them, and they've been actively organizing the cannabis sector nationwide.
Okay.
So,
well, there you go.
Cannabis industry jobs often lack traditional labor protections. Again, they're not federally regulated, and that is a central point of the
Makes sense.
organization efforts.
Makes some sense. Got to take in consideration, like she said, you know, she said, you know, these guys don't tell you, they don't have a problem telling you about the millions of dollars that they're making. Man, I kind of doubt that, man. I really do.
She's
'cause
overstating it and don't know what they went through to get there.
They don't know any of that.
Well, they may also be listening to the statistic we threw out in the last story.
We're $94 million. Yeah, I
yeah.
gotcha.